Hello. I hope you're all doing well. And I'm back live. So, what are we going to do today? I'm going to react to a couple of your videos that you've been sending to me over the last 2 weeks. Yeah, I actually wanted to do another live stream with the subscriber reaction last week, but last week I was in Vienna, so I couldn't do it. It was one of my last concerts this year, and I'm happy that I'm done playing concerts for this year. But on the 3rd January, I have to play my next concert, so it's actually already very soon. But anyways, let me know in the comments. Have you had your last concerts for this year already, or are you going to play a nice Christmas concert on Christmas, or do any other piano performances? Let me know in the comments. Hello everyone, welcome to the live stream. So today we are going to have a look at your videos that you've sent to me. Let me just search for it very quick. I'm honest, I was having a very chilly day today, and I totally fell asleep at some point. And yeah, so at around 6 p.m., so like 15 minutes ago, I just woke up and was like, oh damn, I actually wanted to live stream today. But yeah, actually I'm so done. I actually really need a break. But I'm going to have a break with you guys now. So we have a couple of videos here in front of me, as I see. I think I'm going to switch this with this, so I can look at this. Oh nice, you had a concert on the 17th December. A Christmas concert at school. That's cool. I don't know if we ever had something like that, a Christmas concert at school. But that's very nice. Does your school actually do a lot with like musical stuff, music performances? Do you have like a school orchestra even, or a choir? Apparently there are schools out there. Apparently in Bavaria, I've heard of one. But yeah, at my school we definitely didn't have. We were not that fancy. I went to like a very regular school. It was a very normal school. And how do you say this in English? Actually, it's like a public school, and we didn't really have a specific like extra way for musicians here at my school, but there are schools that are extra for musicians, actually. Nice. So, Anson James is asking, what are you going to do today? I'm going to react to your videos that you've sent to me. And by the way, for everyone that wants to still join, you can still send me your videos. So just check out, how do I show this on Twitch, actually? So for everyone that is watching on Twitch, I think you don't have like an extra box where things are written. But you can send your videos to hotkeys.challenge@gmail.com. Let me just figure out if I can write this maybe as a text somewhere here. So for everyone that is watching it, you can still join. Let me see. Text. Aha. Let me see. Email. Okay. What am I going to send your videos to hotkeys.challenge@gmail.com. Yeah, we are going to keep that. Maybe I'm going to change the oh that's big. But I don't know, that's like a little bit, it's not really nice to read like that, right? Maybe I have to put a background there. Can you already see this, that I'm like doing stuff there? Um, Fritz LM is asking, we can only submit if paying subscribers. Actually, for now, it was open to everyone, but I would appreciate it a lot if you are also a subscriber on Twitch, which would support my work. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I know. I have to figure out. Wait. Let me check what else. Which font should I use for that? Let me know in the comments. What kind of font should I use here? And then I'll also put a background. How do I do that? What is this? Ugh, no. No. Helu. I should use Helu. Okay. Let me see if I have that one. No, I don't. Maybe I have to download that one. Oh wait, Helu. Helu means hello. Comic sounds. Okay. Let me try to find that one. Comic. Oh, I can't search for it. Okay, anyways. I'll take that one. Okay. And okay, now it's too big. Let me see how I do this. Maybe I should put it like this. Is that better? A little bit better, is it? Or I'll put it down here, so it's not in the way, or somewhere here. Is that good? In the middle. Ha! Okay, now that we figured out where I should put it, now you can see everyone. Okay, nobody can complain anymore. You can't complain that you don't know where to put it, where to send your videos to. Left corner. All right, I'm going to put it left corner. Now, that should be satisfying, I hope. All right, guys. Now, so you can still send me your videos. It would be highly appreciated if you are a subscriber on Twitch. Then your video is definitely going to show up here in the live stream. But I also try to watch all the other videos as well. So let's get started. Where is... Aha, here. We will start with... Oh my god, I can't pronounce the name. Well, I'll just read out the message. Hello, I don't know how to send you videos on Gmail, but I have attached my YouTube link for my video. I have followed you since COVID times. Wow, that's already pretty long. And I'm a big fan of your content. That's nice, thank you. I'm studying in Tübingen. Tübingen! I was born in Tübingen, actually. Tübingen is a beautiful city. And I'm still living, like, close to it, actually. So I hope to make it to your concerts one day. That's very nice. By the way, for everyone that's living around here, I'm going to play my New Year's concert on the 3rd January in Donsdorf, which is like a really small town, I think. I don't know. I don't want to say something embarrassing. But anyways, I'm going to play my concert there. The same program as when I'm playing in Hamburg at the LAEISZHALLE on the 28th of February. I'm going to play all 4 Chopin ballades, the Pathétique Sonata by Beethoven and Children's Corner by Claude Debussy. You'll find all the information and tickets in the link in the description. Alright guys, and now we are going to have a look at our first video. Now for everyone that is joining me on YouTube today, please check out the Twitch stream, because I'm planning to keep all my streams on Twitch, like the live streams in the future, they will be on Twitch, and the long form videos on YouTube. So please go and check out the Twitch stream. All right, now that's going to be our first candidate. Wait. Okay, thank you guys. Let me see. I have to put you here. Aha. Now which... Huh? Which monitor are you seeing right now? Let me see. Ha! Here, I've got ya. All right. We are going to watch this now, and I hope you can kind of see it. I'm going to put it like that, so it's easier for you to watch. Okay, and let's get started. And desktop audio. You don't hear the desktop audio? No. Here. Yeah, you should be hearing that too. But the question is, are you going to hear double? Maybe I have to put on these. Yeah, I think I have to. So you don't hear things double. Just have to turn this into my actual... Here. All right. Now, I'm ready. Are you guys too? I hope so. Let me know if you can actually hear something. Oops. It's actually, it's very quiet. All right, then I'm going to turn it louder. How can I turn it louder? Is that better? I hope it's better. Great. I like the tempo. The tempo is a good choice. It's not too fast. However, I can also hear that you are slowing down more and more, since, of course, like this part is very difficult. Yeah, it's very hard on a digital piano. I don't want to imagine to play this on a digital instrument, actually. Whimsically Delirious is asking, how is it different from an acoustic piano? The thing is that you don't have the same mechanics inside of a digital piano. Oh, let me show you. Let me show you something. Oh my god. I don't know if you can see that. Oh wait, I'll put you back. Ha! Okay, so do you guys see what that is? This is the mechanics inside of an upright piano. I also have the keys for it, actually. And you see all this stuff that goes inside. I actually have like a model. I have a model of an action. Wait, I can show you another one. This is so heavy, guys. Let me just grab it very quick. All right, guys. Look at this beauty here. So this is a Steinway model. It's actually by Steinway, as you can see. Thank you very much, Steinway. For everyone that didn't know, I am sponsored by Steinway, or Boston, which belongs to Steinway, and that piano over there is also sponsored by them, so it's not mine. And yeah, I have a couple of dead pianos at my home. No, just one. I only have one dead piano at my home. So this is the actual mechanic inside of a grand piano. And you can see like all the stuff that runs here. So when you play the key, you can push it down without creating a sound up to a point. And this point, like from here, I don't know even actually how it's called in English. In German, it's like Auslösepunkt. So there's like a point where you have the control to actually create the sound on the piano. So actuation point. Thank you very much. And through that point, you have like lots of control of how to create the sound at the piano, and so on and so on. Plus, through all the mechanics that runs here, you have just, I don't know how to say it, but you have just so much more possibilities than on a digital piano. And you are not just, playing a sound that is already recorded for you. You are actually creating the sound because it's an acoustic sound. So, of course, like an acoustic instrument runs out of tune, just like my piano, it's completely out of tune right now. But a digital piano is pre-recorded. So the sound that you're creating is already recorded, and it doesn't really matter how you touch that keyboard. How you touch the key. I'm receiving your emails now. How you touch the key, but you're always going to create the same kind of sound. So that's the problem between, like, no, that's why I wouldn't necessarily want to study on a digital instrument if I have the choice, to be honest. And of course, a digital instrument comes with lots of advantages. It's much cheaper. You can put it anywhere. You can unplug it, and then it's quiet. But a real piano is just like a completely different feeling. And to be honest, I have a hot take here, and you can let me know in the comments what you think. I think that most people, like a lot of people that started playing piano on a digital instrument are more likely going to stop playing piano at some point than people who started learning piano on an acoustic instrument, because it's just so much more fun to play on a real instrument. Joe Van King is asking how to send me videos. Let me just go back here. Ha! You see that? I've put, wait, here, there's an email address. You can send me your videos to this email address, a link or a video or whatsoever. Yeah, so now let's go back to, what was his name or her name? Damn. Wait. Wait. Oh, here. Bill with a Chinese email address. I just sent one. I'm warning you, it's bad. All right, we are here to roast you. So if you are fine with that, I'm looking forward to it. So Bill was playing the first Etude Opus 10 by Chopin and did actually a quite good job on the instrument. on a digital instrument. Now the thing is that you can hear that there are some how do you say that, unevenness in his arpeggios. I'll just run it again. You hear that? It's coming especially in between the fourth and the fifth finger. And the reason is that he is trying to control things through the fingers. I'll just run it again and you can see it. You see how his fingers are moving, and especially on the highest notes, the turn. You can see how he's trying to create each and every sound through a finger movement. And if I've learned something by studying all Chopin etudes, yes, for everyone that didn't know, I did study all Chopin etudes. I also recorded them. You can buy a CD, by the way, or listen on it listen to it on Spotify or on Apple Music or other streaming platforms. The more you try to control things out of the fingers, the more likely you're going to fail, because you're not including the flow of your body, basically. And instead of trying to play every single note like this and the arm is going to stay stiff or like without a movement, try to include your wrist and the elbow to go over there. Let me just show you what I mean. I'll try to go over there. Oh, yeah. I hope you can see this now. I think you can't hear me right now because my microphone is over there, but anyways, try to... It's always going to be uneven. Okay, unfortunately, I don't have a mic over there to actually talk to you in a way that you can understand it. But I hope you could see how I was using more of the wrist and the elbow to actually go to the side, and the guy who was playing on the thing. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up with all your messages. What the hell is this? Anyways. As Ziliak is asking, do I react only to older males or also the ones that are sent to me right now? I'm always reacting from the bottom up, so I'm always going to also react to the older males as well. What's going on here? I'm suddenly getting a lot of followers out of nowhere. I mean, I'm happy about that, but it's... Huh? Okay. Anyways. It's called a raid? What is a raid? Can someone explain to me what is a raid? Hello to Taiwan. Oh my god, I feel so lost right now. Where did I get like 277 views suddenly? Alright guys. Hello and welcome to the stream. And we are going to we are going to look into the next video, guys. The next video is by... Oh my god, can I somewhere stop having this? Ooh. Let me see. Kind of annoying having all the informations here right now. Let me see. There's somewhere... Okay, I think now there shouldn't be a sound coming here anymore. I hope. Yeah, no sound anymore on the stuff. Usually it's fine, but anyways. All right, guys, we are going to have a look now at the next one of our list. That's Ralfi Al-Haidar. I'm sorry, I'm butchering your names. Nice to meet you too, guys. So we are going to have a look now. It's also on YouTube. Nice. Stop. I'm not that fast. Fast. Okay. Let's watch it together. And go. Oh, it's also... That's a very impressive speed. Oh my god, I think he's also here in the chat. Nice to meet you. Great. Yes, we can make it bigger. Let me just check. That should work. Okay, I think the speed, it's very speedy, but maybe it's a little bit too fast. But of course, it's like it's a live concert in that moment, so that's normal that you play faster than you would usually do. Now, something that you should try to keep in mind is I see your left foot that's under a lot of pressure and tension, which, you know, I was at that same point actually at some point. I'll just let it run. You see how much it moves around and you're having it constantly back there. Try to not do that. Try to keep your foot in the front stable, so you are not like, I don't know, dancing around with it while you play. This is just going to cost so much energy. The other thing is I can see there's a lot of tension here in your upper body. And try to loosen up a little bit your back and shoulders. I'm not so sure because I can't really see it from the side. It looks a little bit like you're sitting a little bit too high. But there's just... I don't know. I can't really tell. It's because I don't see it from the side. The thing is that I think if you just played it 2 milliseconds slower, you probably would have caught so much more right notes and it would have been still extremely impressive. So I would actually recommend try to play it just a little bit slower. It's still going to be like extremely fast, but you're going to have so much more control. So yeah. Hinuru Sama is asking, should we send only piano vids that we played ourselves and are classical, or can we also send interesting piano videos where we want your opinion on it? You can also send me other videos, as long as it's not like Please don't make me bash anyone. Like, this is a little bit weird otherwise. um, Michael Jordan legit is asking, is he playing the speed Chopin wrote, you think? That's a very good question. I don't believe that we should stick to these metronome numbers as crazy as a lot of guys do, because it's not. I think, first of all, back then the metronomes, they were a little bit different than today. We have digital metronomes today which will keep the same speed all the time. Back then they had this tick-tack, tick-tack, tick-tack thing, like the original, the OG of all metronomes, which if you've ever tried one of them, they are losing the tempo at some point. Actually, I also have one of them at upstairs. Do you want me to get it and show it to you? Well, anyways, that one definitely can't keep up with the right tempo anymore. So I could imagine, that I don't want to say that Chopin was working with a broken metronome, but it's possible that his one was not running perfectly smooth anymore, and so it was already like slowing down very fast or something like that. So I think that's first of all, and second of all, metronome marks are not a musical, how do you say, every day we wake up and we're different persons. Of course, you're still yourself, but you're having a different mood. You're one day older. You have experienced something in your life. So the next day, you're going to play the music very, very differently. Like, not very, very differently, but it can be very different from the way that you've played it a day before or a week ago or something like that. So actually, I think it was Brahms who said something like, people who are playing the same tempo every single day, like the piece in the same tempo every single day, they are not musical people, which I would agree, actually. I also agree on Brian Schul Rodriguez, who is saying metronome markings should be used as a guidance only, not instructive. I totally agree, at least for classical, romantic, impressionistic pieces. Of course, for like more modern stuff where people are like a little bit turning crazy, honestly. Like, I'm not a huge fan of modern classical music. They are extremely exact with all the things that they write there, and like kind of, I don't know. In German we say, die geilen sich daran auf, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan of all this kind of stuff, honestly, and I'm wondering where the music is going to, like in which direction we are going. So what is coming next? I have actually the impression that we kind of are stuck right now in a lot of art, let's say, not just music. It's a little bit like, we also in fashion, we had like these different times where things were in and out, and now I feel like everything is acceptable in fashion. There is nothing really in or out anymore, kind of. You can wear whatever you want to wear. And also in architecture, I feel like we went through so many things, and now you can just, you can build whatever you want, and it's not like going to be that outstanding anymore, because we already passed that point. Like, I really don't feel like we can still create these scandalous moments or these like breakthrough things that are so fresh and new that we had like 200 years ago. For example, like, impressionistic music, it was so new. Of course, it developed itself out of what we had before, so it was not like something from now to like from one moment to another that we suddenly just were in the romantic or in the impressionistic era, but of course, but still they invented something new. They tried out new things. And today I feel like there is nothing that we can try out anymore that is like, oh my god, I've never heard that before. Yeah, and it's counting for a lot of different art fields, not just music. But let me know what you think. Toby Holder is saying like that's why people are hitting their pianos now. Well, that's a hot take. Mogu Monster is asking, so AI is going to destroy arts and music? I don't know. Maybe actually AI is going to inspire us to develop new things, to get new ideas. I think I'm not like someone who's scared of AI, I would say. Because let's be honest, the computer can play chess already much, much better than human ever will be. Since a long while now already. And still people are playing chess and they love to play chess. So I think, the same is going to be for music and making music or playing piano. People will always feel joy in playing piano or making music. And even if we reach the point that AI or computer can generate better music, quote unquote, than human can, I still think that we will take pleasure in creating it ourselves. So that's my take on it. Let me know what you think. All right, guys, but that was like a deep dive into like very strange other things. Now back to Ralphie. Yeah, that's what I said. Take a slower tempo that's not going to be like super slow, but just like a little bit, a petit peu slower. And try to get control of your left foot and try to relax your shoulders. That's it. And then, you're going to fly on this etude. It's one of my favorite etudes, actually. Was for a very long time, it was my favorite etude. All right, next one, we are going to have Joey Yan. Again, another YouTube video. First, all right. Put it here so you can see it better. That's a good tempo. And very clean. And the children in the background, that's so cute. Yeah, very good. Like technically, that's very clean. Now I'm missing a little bit the tension in the music, to be honest. So this is like one of the most dramatic pieces of music, and I like to see it a little bit like the dance of the devil, if you want. It's a little bit, if you want, it's going into a Mephisto waltz kind of feeling, this ending of the first ballad. Chopin writes actually a very interesting rhythm here. I don't know how to explain that, but I can play it. I just don't have a mic with me to talk about it. But anyways, I'll first try to explain it here, and then I'll try to play it so you can actually understand. So we have the beginning part. This comes 2 times. And then after that, we have this this arpeggio, yum ba dee dum bum ba dee dum, and so on, and you can see how he wrote it in a way that it's not starting on one, basically, and people are taking a way too big pause there. So you could actually still hear me at the piano. Okay, I'm going to try to talk a little bit louder then. I just try to show you very quick what I mean. I'm not warm though, I didn't practice today. So I hope you can kind of see it. Here, yum ba da dee dum. There's no pause in between actually. So I'm not warm. And so on and so on. You know what I mean? Oh my god, I didn't practice today. I'm sorry. Anyways, the thing is that there is no pause. So, and many people, also big pianists, they do a huge pause there, which is not written, and it's going to, how do I say that? Destroy the work that Chopin put into the music, because he extra thought of this specific type of rhythm. Yeah, it's blowing up the flow. Thank you very much. And that's not what we want, actually. So try to keep up with the right rhythm, with the right tempo, and then it's going to be fine. Then what I would also suggest for your playing here is try to do a little bit of dynamical variation. Dynamical variation means basically that we are not just, if we are playing forte, not everything is going to be flat in forte. There is going to be like louder and softer, everything in the range of forte, or even in a bigger range. But especially for this kind of thing where it's going up and down and there's so much stuff happening. Sorry. Try to include a little bit of dynamical variation. That's going to make it much more interesting for the ear, and it's going to help you to stay in the flow of the music. And then also try to enjoy big moments in the music. Let me just try to check the moment. Yeah, first, so we have the 80-20 rule in music, or I think you'll find this kind of rule in a lot of different places. The 80% of the time after you played the note, try to hear that note, how it develops, yum, and then you can 20% of the time prepare the next note. Right now, that, to me, it was a little bit going on too fast, and there was no preparation for what's coming up. So let me just show you. Yeah, it's a little bit too fast. Not too fast in terms of tempo. The tempo is really good. It's just too fast in terms of going on to the next thing, what's happening in the music. So music is divided up in different parts, and we want to have a nice transition between these different parts. So basically that's it. But all in all, it's actually very, very clean technically, and I like it a lot that you've put so much work into that. Bravo. And now I think you can breathe a little bit more throughout your playing and enjoy through dynamic, articulation, and timing. These are like our three big tools that we have in music for our interpretation. So just play around with it a little bit, and you'll see that it's going to develop. All right, now we can. Skyfighter is asking, can you play Beethoven's Pathétique and explain the technique? We are going to do this tomorrow if you want. So Monday is going to be Masterpiece Monday. And last time I did the Chopin Ballade number 4, the beginning of it. And if you want, I can tomorrow choose the Pathétique Sonata and talk a little bit about technique of the first movement. If you guys are interested, then we already know what we're going to do tomorrow in the live stream. Great. Now, next one. Oh, by the way, for everyone that just joined, I'm going to play in Hamburg on the 28th of February in the beautiful LAEISZHALLE. I'm going to play all 4 Chopin ballades, the Pathétique Sonata by Beethoven, and Children's Corner by Claude Debussy. And yeah, I'm looking very much forward to this concert. You'll find tickets and information in the link in the description box or on my website. Actually, I should somewhere include a link on Twitch, so all the people that are watching right now on Twitch will find it as well. And we are going to have a look at the next candidate of Subscriber Roast Sunday. My God. In German say, du hast eine Störung, ey. Ich habe eine krasse Störung. Okay. Let me just read what is written here. I don't know if I need to resend it, but I did it just in case. Hello, I'm 18 years old, pianist from Italy. I started taking lessons this year, January, trying to make a career out of my passion, even though I'm starting super late. Here I'm playing Minute Waltz, Chopin recorded just now, with no retakes, just send it raw as it is. Hope I didn't play too badly. Been a big fan of you, but I can't find... Oh no, but I can't see a link or anything. Oh no, Luca, I can't find it. No, actually we already watched it. We already watched it before. I can see that it was in one of the other... in the other emails that I've just been doing before. All right, next one. Hypex Beast 217 Dias is asking. He's not asking, he is writing. Here's the video. It's the attached file. If it doesn't work, here's my Insta reel, which is the same thing. All right, let's try to download it. Okay, where is it? Where is it? Here it is. Halt, stop. Why can't... Stop. Okay, now let's go. Watch your pedal. I think you have to look into the text again. Okay, I'm not sure if it's is your pedaling or if it is because of the piano. I can see, I don't know if you can see that, but down here, I'll try to show you. Can you see, like here, the keys are pushed down a little bit, which probably means that these, like the mechanics is a little bit maybe loose or something like that. So the strings, they can still swing all the time, which basically means that the pedal is on all the time. and therefore it sounds a little bit like there's too much pedal. So either it's really your pedaling or it's the piano. If it's the pedaling, you're the one who has to work on it. If it's the piano, you should get someone to work on your piano. And look into the lyrics, into the text again. There is a little bit of some wrong notes that you should fix. Because I promise you it's going to sound much better if you play the right notes. Let me just get this back again. Okay. Wait. What is this tempo? That's like suddenly a totally different tempo. Right. The tempo. The tempo is a big question in this piece, to be honest. It's not like that strict as, for example, in a classical sonata or anything. It's like it's still a free piece and you are telling a story through that piece. Now, I don't know how to say. I'm also switching the tempo there. I'm also getting faster, but I have the impression that it's maybe a little bit more like try to get it a little bit more organic. So you're not suddenly playing double the speed that you've picked before, but more and more going faster and faster. Let me try to demonstrate it at the piano. Oh my God, today is like, I didn't even want to play piano today. Anyways, I'll try it. So, what do you have here? Yeah, so I'm sorry, I'm not warm, so there are a lot of wrong notes. Sorry about that. But I just tried to show it a little bit how to actually grow the tempo and make it feel organic. Like, that's the thing. Oh, sorry. I forgot to unmute the mic. What did I say? Yeah, so basically just try to make the accelerando a little bit more organic. So it is not like and suddenly it's fast. Also, we have like such a big part that's building up this whole first climax, if you want to, before the beautiful melody joins in. So it's the same as with the crescendo. Or let me just try to demonstrate you something. What do I have here to throw? Here. Oh my God, that looks a little bit, I don't know. I don't want to throw this. Look. Okay, this is a little bit more safe. This is just like the thing that I put on my webcam. Anyways, so when I want to throw this thing, and you throw this thing like this. Whoop. Damn! Where is it? Yeah, so you see it doesn't fly so far away. So if you want to throw it for far a distance, you have to first go in this direction and then throw it, and then you can go much further. And the same principle counts for music. If you want to do a big crescendo or a big accelerando, try to go first in the other direction, meaning, oh sorry, ich rülps hier rum, als wäre ich irgend so ein Schwein, ey. Go first in the other direction. So for example, also when you do crescendo, when you're starting a piano, first go into pianissimo and then go into forte, instead of trying to go from piano directly into forte. That's like, the space is much smaller, first of all, and second, you're like pressing things just like this. You're just throwing like that, and you're not really, oh my God, throwing things around here in my studio. Don't tell anyone. The same counts for accelerando. If you want to do a big accelerando, try to stay in a slower tempo, or maybe go even slower than that, and then slowly but surely do an accelerando. And also there's a little trick, try to keep it as long as possible in the first tempo, then the accelerando is going to appear much bigger. So just don't do it too early, basically. Anyways, we are going to have a look into the next candidate. Electronduino. Hi, Anik. I'm 14, almost 15 actually. That's sweet. And I've been playing piano for 2 years. I always loved Rachmaninoff, and now I'm learning his Opus 39 number 6, aka Little Red Riding Hood. Oh my god, I remember. Someone of you told me to do this in the challenge, and it completely broke my self-esteem. That was like crazy difficult. Whoever asked me to do that, you owe me something. It's not an easy piece, and I still have to finish it. But I wanted to see if you have any tips for me, at least for that part. Greetings from Italy, Thomas. All right, let's have a look at it together. Oh, wait. Okay. Thomas, you have beautiful hands. That's a great tempo. And it's very clean, actually. Yeah, try to do not the same type of rubato all the time. I can hear the same kind of like rubato on the same spots, and that makes it very obvious to the audience. So it sounds a little bit to me like you need the rubato to slow down a little bit because of technical issues. If that's the reason, then play it a little bit slower, so you don't need the rubato. If that's not the reason, then try to get rid of the rubato, because you don't need that. Oh, I don't know if this is a good fingering here. It doesn't look so comfortable, to be honest, but I didn't play it, so I can't really tell. It doesn't look very comfortable, to be honest. I would either let the fourth finger go because you're just wasting a lot of energy here. Like I can see it in your grip. There's a lot of fixation. Don't do this. So either take the fifth finger, or I don't know if it's maybe too big for 1-3. I don't know what you have to do. Maybe also with your first finger. Unfortunately, I can't see what's happening over there. But maybe just leave your fourth finger alone. Wait. Are you playing? No. Wait, are you playing everything with 4-5 here? It looks like you're playing 4-5. Don't do this. My God, I've been talking about fingerings for such a long time. Have you not learned something? Okay, guys. So 4-5 is like the worst fingering that you can ever choose for piano playing. So don't do it. I would maybe go with like 3-5. That's going to give you much more stability. Of course, if you have to do something with your second finger, that's going to be problematic. Let me just see. But you're not. Okay, I didn't understand the transition that was happening there. But anyways, try to look into your fingerings. Maybe you can find something that's going a little bit smoother and that's putting a little bit less stress on the fourth finger especially. I don't understand what's happening there musically right now. If you try to build up like a climax like that, the same as I talked about before, try to build it up maybe slower, meaning try to keep, if you're starting in piano, let's say, try to keep the piano as long as possible, and then in the last moment you do the crescendo up to forte or fortissimo or whatever you're landing in. Because if you're too early going into forte, you're just playing forte all the time and it's like shouting like a freak, which is going to sound very harsh and aggressive, and we don't want that. No, we don't want to sound aggressive at the piano. So yeah, try to keep the crescendo for the last moment. All right, nice. Now it's repeating. But all in all, great job. Like, technically that's already going in a very nice direction. Unfortunately, I can't see what you're doing with your wrist and with your elbow and so on and so on. But as always, try to keep your wrists in motion. So don't keep them in the same position, but keep them relaxed. And also your elbows. They always need to stay in motion, in a circular movement. All right, next one, Jasper Post. By the way, to everyone that is watching this on YouTube, please check out my Twitch account. I'm also simultaneously streaming on Twitch right now. The goal is to have all my live streams in the future only on Twitch, and keeping my long form videos for YouTube, so I can divide this a little bit. So if you want to not miss the future streams, check out the link in the description box for the future streams. Parker the pianist is asking, are there any requirements when submitting the video? No, there are not. You just send your videos to the email address that I've put here, and I'll at some point watch it. But of course, the chances are higher that I watch it if you are a subscriber on Twitch. All right. Hello, Einik. I'm a 17 pianist from Switzerland. I guess you mean 17 years old pianist from Switzerland. I took this video when I was 16. I was playing this etude for the second time earlier this year. Would like to hear your thoughts on it. All right. Which etude is this? I have to download it. And here we go. Oh, cute. I think he took a nice tempo. Just a little bit too nervous in the beginning, but it's the longer you play, the better it gets. Nice phrasing of the main melody as well. Many wrong notes. There's a little bit there's a little bit too much pressure right now, and this is why there are so many wrong notes coming into the playing, I guess. So when we are try to go on a lower dynamical level, that's going to help you to relax as well, and just try to build it up from there, because we have like this is going to be a sequence of like 3 times having the same kind of figure here. And so on and so on and so on. And so it's a little bit like in a Baroque music where you have these terrace dynamics. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. But basically we have like the first figure in this dynamic, the second figure in that dynamic, the third figure in that dynamic. So it's building up slowly, and it's nothing like this. It's more like bop, bop, bop. This is why we call it terrassendynamic, terrace dynamic. And you can start lower, so you have more space to grow for the climax, and also it's going to help you to actually stay a little bit more relaxed. Yeah, I agree that there's a little bit too much pedal. Now, I don't know if it is the pedaling, because I could hear that he was reacting to his pedaling and trying to do a little bit less. I don't know how the acoustic is in this room, and it's possible that, you know, the acoustic is difficult and the recording is also not really catching the right sound. So, yeah, but if that's the case, if the acoustic is very echoey, then try to use much less pedal. That's actually a reason why I'm barely using any pedal. Well, it's not like I'm not barely using any pedal. I'm using much less pedal than most of the pianists would, probably. And one reason is because, first of all, it's always easier to add more pedal. So, for example, if I go into a studio or a concert hall that's extremely dry, which, like, most of the time a concert hall is not extremely dry, it's the opposite. But in case it is, I can still add more pedal. That's always easier than try to take out pedal. Plus, another advantage of taking less pedal is actually that you hear much more clear your own playing, and if everything is even and clean. With pedal, you can just hide so many things, and Yeah, it's a little bit of a cheat code, let's be honest. And pedal should not be used for that. Okay, I didn't understand the down phrasing of the main melody. I think it's nice that you want to do a little diminuendo there, but the main melody still has to stay on top. So basically, if we have like different voices that are layered, you always have to keep in mind that even though the other voices might be loud, the main melody still has to be the loudest. So if you want to go quieter, everything has to go quieter. Otherwise, you're taking over with another voice, and then another voice is going to be your main melody. If that's your interpretation, that's also fine, but it didn't sound like that was your interpretation. Anyways, let's have a look at the next person. But all in all, very nice job, Jasper. All right, next one. Axel Lindström. Let me guess. Is this like a Norwegian or Swedish, maybe? Lindström. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm like... Oh, Stockholm! Ha! I'd be honored if you react to me playing Rach 2. Alright, let's download this. That's a little bit too soft now. Of course, Rachmaninoff shouldn't be played too aggressive, but that's like a big climax. You're playing together with the orchestra. Yum ba ba yum ba yum ba 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 da dee da dee da dee da yum. And then yadi da da dee da da. That's such a big contrast. And the more you create that contrast by actually emphasizing the size of the sound there, the bigger the contrast is going to be. So don't already be too soft. This is like you're going to have enough space to be soft afterwards in this part. Pedal, 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 pedal. But the phrasing is beautiful. I'm going to use this in the future for pedal. Pedal. This is actually working. I can see a light, but I don't know. I'm stupid. But anyways, I feel like this is not really working. Oh, it is. Okay. All in all, beautiful phrasing, but now I think you can still stay a little bit more, like try to feel the flow of the music a little bit more. Right now it's all a little bit flat, let's say. So try to yadi yadi da da dee da dee da ya ta yum pa yum. Like try to make it move a little bit, or not make it move. It is moving. You have to let yourself move together with it. That's the big challenge. So often I have this experience that when we play music, especially great music, we try to make it something, even though it's already good. You don't have to make it good. It is already good. Now you just have to open your heart, open your mind for it, so it can just flow through you into the piano. That's like the biggest challenge. Of course, you have to practice. Oh my god, I was like... That was a surprise. Thank you very much. um, thank you very much. But I got shocked. And yeah, try to sing along with it. That always helps. Also with like giving some impulse, knowing where to breathe, and so on and so on. So, but all in all, I like to listen to it, but it's a little bit too much in the background. You are the soloist, and you should not forget that. And for that part, definitely have a look at your wrist. Guys, I don't know if you can see that. I'll put you here, so it's a little bit more visible. So the wrist, in that case, I'll put it back here. You can see how it's staying in the same position. You can see how it's staying in this position all the time. And basically, you're playing from up to down into the piano. And that's always a bad sign, because if you are sitting there and you're watching me right now, try to imitate this. If you do this, it feels very heavy, and you're trying to control everything out of your elbow, basically, like that. It looks like a weird dance. Now, try to have a little bit more control out of your wrist. The wrist is so flexible, and it can go in so many different directions, in much more directions than your elbow can, actually. And it's much more flexible and much more, it can go much more into all these little detailed movements that we need. Also, instead of going like this into the piano, let me show you my beautiful mechanic here. So instead of going like this, try to go from a low wrist up. Okay, wait. To stabilize it a little bit. So, wait, I'll show you on the big screen. So it's a little bit easier to see. Oh, so I put it on my shoulder. So when you're playing, oh my god, I look weird doing this. Like this, try to start with a lower wrist. You see how low my wrist is? Of course, like, I'm not playing it for real right now, but still, you can go in a very low wrist, and then you just push yourself up through the finger and the wrist, basically. That's how we play piano, and not like this, basically. This is taking too much energy and too much time, and this is why we don't play like this. Also for these chords, ya dim bum bum pa dim bum bum pi dum bum bum pi da di da dum, and so on and so on. So this is like really going to help you to phrase as well, and it's not going to be single notes that you push into the piano. I hope it kind of makes sense the way I'm explaining it. Yeah, here in this case, it sounds a lot like you are way too concentrated. Oh, you didn't hear that. No, you did hear it, but you didn't see it. In this part that he just played, it's one of my favorite parts of this beautiful piano concerto. It sounds a little bit like you're way too much concentrated on playing all the right notes instead of playing the notes right. So I can hear all the single notes, but I can't really follow the line. Instead, I just hear like single notes, which we never want to have, and it's so easy to fall into that at the piano, unfortunately. Yeah, so try to avoid that. My god, I'm receiving like so many videos from you guys. I don't think that we can get through everything today, but the good thing is we have another Sunday next week. But we're not done yet. Don't be afraid. By the way, for everyone that's new in the chat, I'm going to Hamburg to the LAEISZHALLE on the 28th of February. I'm going to play all 4 Chopin ballades, Pathetic Sonata by Beethoven, and Children's Corner by Claude Debussy. It's going to be so cool. And tickets information you'll find in the link in the description box and on my website, of course. And yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that concert. It's going to be my debut at the LAEISZHALLE, actually. Brian Shaw Rodriguez is asking, so would you suggest he sings the melody over the top? For sure. Yes, that's like a good exercise that I do nearly every day as well. I sing, I dance, I try to conduct, even though I can't conduct, but just try to move together with the music, because music is movement, and the moment you stop moving, the music can't come out, basically. Dayton of saying that I'm still excited. Me too! Alright guys, next candidate of our subscriber roast. Subscriber roast! Oh my god, I think like this is not fun. I feel like this is... Do you actually hear that it's... that something is different with the megaphone? I feel like I can't really hear a difference. I can hear. I can hear a little bit of difference. But not really. Okay, let's try the siren. Okay, chill. My god. Oh, wow. The next one, it has a very long message. I'm going to read the full message now. Hi, Anik. I'm Zillard. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. I'm sorry. And I've been following you since forever on YouTube. Thank you very much. So first of all, I would like to thank you forever for all the effort you are putting into your community on all your platforms. Thank you so much. Where I come from, piano is not a very popular passion among young people. So your continuous content, playful attitude, skillful technical analysis, and demonstrations were always a supporting pillar in my piano journey, as I mostly self-taught, and learning a new piece is always a tedious process. Yeah, I can totally agree. Understand. Oh, I think he's also in the chat. Hi. Welcome to the chat. I especially enjoy whenever you talk about releasing tension in your body, as I notice that's what I'm most struggling with most of the time. My lifetime goal would be to play my favorite piece by Liszt and Chopin, my 2 favorites. Oh, that's also... Yeah, these 2 are actually really cool. Lately I've been very inspired by the 2 sets of preludes by Debussy, whom I haven't been playing for several years now for some reason, despite being one of my favorites. So I decided to learn some of the more approachable ones. So here is my take on number 5 from the second book, Bruyère. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. I like the pastoral atmosphere, and I find it interesting that in a lot of his preludes he uses 3 staffs to write the music, although 2 would be sufficient to contain all the notes. It's as if he wants a separate staff for each different melody in his music. This makes me think he wants an orchestral sound, alongside with which I am chasing this magical walking on clouds kind of typical Debussy sound. I recently found an arrangement for an orchestra, which I also took as a source of inspiration for my interpretation. As for my playing, it is far from perfect. You know, nobody's expecting perfection here. And it took me like 50 tries to have a recording. I can totally relate to that. I was somewhat satisfied with. So in a couple places, I can feel I was getting impatient and I wasn't taking my time. That aside, and a couple of louder notes sticking out here and there as I hit them too loud with my thumb. I'm very happy overall how it turned out. So I would like to receive some constructive feedback on it. I found it extremely hard to control the shape of the sound, especially at a slower tempo. Yeah, you know, Oh, and then there is also an added picture of us in Paris. Let me just show this very quick. That's cute. Oh, wait. I opened it with the wrong program. Ugh. So here we have it. That was me in Paris in November, it was. That's also Beethoven, actually. Yeah. He's following me to all the different concerts that I'm playing right now. Thank you for coming to my concert. And everyone that is that would like to join a concert of me as well, you are very welcome to have a look at the concert at the beautiful LAEISZHALLE in Hamburg on the 28th. All right. Where's B? Wait, I'll get him. I'll get him very quick. Hello. So here he is. Oh, you don't have to be sorry for your long message. It was cute. I like to read your messages that you write. You know, normally I'm not having so much contact to you guys. Parker the pianist is asking, will you ever do concerts in the US? I am planning to. However, you know, your government is not in a, you know, in a very friendly position right now. So I don't know. All right, guys, let's hear what he's got to play. It's beautiful. I would recommend to have a look into your fingerings here and there. I think there you can choose fingerings that will give you a little bit more stability and control even. But all in all, it sounds very pretty. Yeah, it's pretty. It's very good. Now, I think you can do a little bit, be a little bit more strict with the rhythm. Debussy wrote very exact how he wants the rhythm to be. Yum, ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum. So try to feel the impulse in this specific part. That counts for the whole piece, basically, but here it just strikes me a little bit more. Yum, ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum. So you get that impulse on that specific note here. So let me just show you in the scores. You see we have the same note, which is connected through that slur. So you're not playing yum, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, yum, ba. Yeah, anyways, you know what I mean. I can't sing it. You're not playing that second note, right? But that one has to be louder, let's say, than all the other notes. It's the silence in music that is the loudest part, basically. Yum, ba-dee-da-dum, ba-dee-da-dum, ba-dee-da-dum. So you feel the impulse on that note that is not being played. This is why I say it has to be louder. That doesn't mean that you have to play something louder now, obviously. You just have to feel the impulse coming from inside of you, and then automatically the rhythm is going to be much, much more precise. Pregnant. Pregnant. You're going to have a pregnant rhythm. Okay, anyways. Yeah, you were talking about having this orchestral sound. I think in that specific passage here, you can embrace this orchestral sound much more. So try to imagine different groups of instruments that are playing this part here. Yum ba dum, yadda da da dee da da da. So you have like different different sound colors and sound characters that you can bring here. Right now it feels a little bit like you're choosing the same kind of sound color for everything, and then automatically it sounds a little bit flat even though there's so much happening. But just for that part, before it sounded pretty. Like the sound color it chose was pretty, and now it needs to switch up a little bit, if you understand what I mean. Fritz LM is asking, is it really possible to get those different sound colors on a numeric piano? That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know what kind of digital piano he is using, and probably, you know, as I said before, digital pianos, they have pre-recorded sound. So it's not like that you have so much control, even though, of course, there is some variation. There are some digital pianos that are on a very high level today. Still, of course, in the end, it's a digital sound, so you're not really creating the sound. I can't really tell you. I can't really give you a final answer on that. I would always say try to play it on a real instrument, because that's going to sound very different. But yeah, I don't know. I would say that it's maybe possible on the one that he's playing on. I don't know. Like, at least it sounds good here. Now there we have this, and you're doing 2 times, like it's the same phrase 2 times, and you're playing it 2 times exactly the same. Try to do it the second time a little bit differently. So for example, if I say the same things twice, for example, go and hi guys, go and follow me on Twitch. And the second time I say, hi guys, go and follow me on Twitch. It's like it's going to be the same words, but they have a little bit of a different meaning. So you better go on Twitch and follow me there now. For everyone that is still on YouTube, go and follow me on Twitch. No, but for real, if you have the same phrase twice, it can be the same kind of notes that you have to play, but the second time it has to be different. So when you're playing, for example, the first time it can be a little bit more simple. So in the second time it can be more insisting, for example, or the other way around. You can be very experimental with these kind of things, but yeah, same but different, exactly. Just one little detail here. When you are trying to take over here with the left hand, the first note needs to be a little bit more clear. You can go softer afterwards again, but the first note needs to be clear so the listener knows exactly what's happening there. Yeah, that was a smart advertising. I know. All right, but that was beautiful. Okay, let's hear it to the end. It's not so much left. I like how Debussy is writing ... Bruyère. I have to know what Bruyère means. Are there any French here in the chat? Can you tell me what that means, Bruyère? Am I actually pronouncing it kind of correctly? I don't know. Let me just check out what that means. Bruyère. Bedeutung. Heidekraut oder Besenheide. Okay, wait, I should put it in English so I can actually tell you what it means. Bruyère is a French name. The word Bruyère means heather in French, or a place where heather grows. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so that's like you should basically, when you play this, think of a field where this is growing, and like the wind is slowly, like, you know, these fields where you have all these very high growing stuff, and then when the wind comes, it looks a little bit like the ocean, like the water, the waves, and so on. Actually, where I live, we don't have water close to us, so but we have lots of fields here, and every time throughout the year when like the field is completely grown out basically, and you have like these huge grass things that are waving in with the wind, I love to sit there and just watch it. It looks so beautiful. It's like really like as if it is water, but not water. Yeah, but that really is a beautiful piece. Now I know the meaning of that word. It completely gives me a different, or not a different vibe, but now I understand the piece much better. That's actually something that you should do too. So if you have like a piece that has a title that is given, like, that's important. The title is given by the composer, not like with all the Chopin etudes, like people are just giving it random names, and I'm actually mad about that. But if the title is written by the composers, like here, Bruyère, or Children's Corner by Debussy, or something like that, or Mephisto Waltz by Liszt, you know exactly what the music is about, so you should read about it and know what it is about, so you can just let your fantasy go through it, and you get a much better idea of what the music is doing there. Sure. Yeah, exactly. Reflète dans l'eau. Exactly. Yeah, but all in all, great job. That was a lot of fun to Mahlzeit, thank you, to listen to. All right. Per Heide. Actually, oh my god, the next one. He actually came to one of my master classes that I gave offline in Düsseldorf in September. And also he's sometimes taking some online lessons with me. So in case if you are interested in getting lessons with me, I am giving online lessons, like one-to-one lessons all over the world. You will find all the information on my website. Just search for Annick Göttler lessons and you'll find it basically. So yeah, if you're interested, check it out. I would love to work together with you. And before everyone starts asking, no, there's no real requirement for these kind of masterclasses. Of course, you should come prepared. So in best case, you have prepared a piece of music that you want to work on. It doesn't have to be a complete piece. It can also be like a couple of measures that you want to work on. Or you come with a couple of questions that you have. So we actually have something to work with, because otherwise we're just going to sit there like wondering what we're going to do today. But yeah, that's basically it. Alex is asking, do you do your masterclasses in German as well? Well, if you are German speaking and you prefer the German language, I can totally do this in German as well. Ich meine, ich bin Deutscher, also es ist für mich auch einfacher auf Deutsch. Or at least, yeah, I just said it's easier for me in German. However, now I've been talking so much in English about music and so on that, of course, there are some words that I just don't know in English that are very specific for music, because like all the music theory and so on, I didn't learn that in English. I learned it in German since I studied in Germany. But yeah, of course we can also do the lessons in German. And since I just saw someone writing something in Chinese but I don't know how to read it, 我也可以用中文来说. So yes, I am also speaking Chinese. However, I would actually not necessarily do the lessons in Chinese because I don't feel like my Chinese is good enough for that. Oh my god. I got so shocked by that. Thank you very much. This is so loud. Okay, I just read that this is just hello in Chinese, apparently. I can't even read that in Chinese. I never learned how to read Chinese. I can only talk in Chinese. All right, guys, are you ready for the next one? Maze 11 Andrew is saying, just sent you an email. Okay, let me first have a look at Per Heide's performance, and then we'll watch one of you guys, what you guys sent me. Oh, what? Okay, I can't watch it, I guess. There is something that I have to get from the person that sent it to me. Okay, Andrew, you've just sent it to me. Andrew wrote, I don't have many videos of my playing, but I do have a couple of clips from when I found a piano on vacation. Here are some excerpts from Rachmaninoff's Etude Tableau, Opus 39, number 5, and Ravel's Jeu d'eau. Thank you, guys. Let's have a look. That's really good. Okay, first, what I really like is that you have lots of control, like you're not smashing the piano. So I can see that you're always prepared on the keys before you push them down. That's a huge plus point here. I think we can all give him a round of applause here in the comments as well. That's really, really good. Now, something that I think you can improve is a little bit, like, it's possible that it's just coming out of the recording and the recording is just not of a high quality. It's a little bit too much pressure for my taste. So there's like a lot of pushing into the piano instead of, letting the sound breathe a little bit. And that breathing, and someone actually wrote it, I just saw it also in the comments, is coming through another posture, for example. So you can just open your shoulders a little bit and open the sound by opening that, like open your upper body a little bit for the sound, and automatically the sound is going to grow bigger. That's one thing. And the other thing is, even though this part is very loud and it stays loud, it doesn't mean that you have to stay everything like maximum loudness. There's still some variation, so you can breathe together with the music. And like the accompaniment, ya-dee-da, ya-da-da, ya-da-da, like the chords, try to phrase the chords as well. Like you don't have to play da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, everything the same, but ya-dee-dum, ba-dee-dum, ba-da-dum. So there's a little bit of a wave going on, and it's just giving you more movement in the music. The piece to Ravel. Wait, what is this inside of the piano? Let me just see this again. There seems to be like some piece of fabric laying inside of the piano. Huh? I never saw this kind of stuff. The same is here. You can see it a little bit in his posture. He is a little bit too much bent over, and by sitting in that curve, basically, you can't really breathe correctly, and you can't really open the sound. So try to sit a little bit more straight, just a little bit, and you already feel that you can actually breathe much better. All right, but all in all, you're doing a great job. It's so much fun to listen to you. And really, what I really appreciate a lot is that you are actually preparing your fingers on the keys before you touch down. Yeah, okay, now it's repeating. The same also as we talked about in previous recordings. When you have the same gesture in music or the same figures, ya-dee-dum-ba, ya-dee-yum-bum, now with the Ravel part, for example, try to not play the 2 times the same. It can be very similar, but it should never be the same. You're not a robot. You are a human, and like just the few seconds that you've like after the first time you played the figure, you're a different person now, and you have to translate it in music as well. All right. Oh, I'm starting to get tired again, even though I was having a nap before. My God. Guys, I'm so done with this year. I'm like, ugh. Let me sleep. Eduardo is saying, Chopin Ballade, G minor coda, destroy it. Hi Anik, I'm a huge fan of your channel. I love your content. Also, I want to say that your recording of Chopin Sonata, B flat minor, Do più grave, for me is the best. Thank you. I didn't know that there are actually people listening to that one. So I wanted to you to destroy my humble coda of Ballade in G minor. I'm an amateur. And I've been playing piano for 5 years. I hope I'm not going to destroy anyone with these kind of live streams. I have to say that my electric piano has the central F sharp and central F as that key, so they don't make any sound. That's bad. I'm sorry for you. You should get another piano then. That's not making fun, doesn't it? Make it? Does it? Does it make fun to play on a piano that's broken? It doesn't even make fun to play on a piano that, like, an acoustic piano that's broken. Now I don't even want to imagine how it is to play on a digital piano that is broken. Yeah. Anyways, okay, let's have a look at it. Okay, let's start here. Even though we are playing loud, this still needs shape, that phrase. And not da 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 da. I'm sorry. You said I should destroy you. I'm going to destroy you now. So try to get it into a shape, okay? You're hitting the right notes, you're not playing the notes right. That's the difference. Okay. Please don't hit your piano. Try to have a look into the guy that we just watched. He's always preparing his hands on the keys. First on the keys with your finger and then push it down. Never fall into the keys. There's just too big chance that you're hitting the wrong keys. Now, I only have one key to hit, so the chance that I'm hitting the wrong key is rather small because I'm just hitting. Ow, that was weird. I'm just hitting like that, and I can just only hit one key. But now imagine there are like 88 other keys that I can also hit. So you have to be very precise and be on the key, and then you play. Don't fall into the key. That's like, don't do that. That's a bad boy there. The poor piano. It's already broken and you're still hitting it. Don't slap your pianos like you're bitches. No, sorry. Okay. I would, in your case, go one step back, or let's say 5 steps back, and you practice much, much slower, so you can actually implement that kind of technique where basically you are making sure that you can be on the keys. Oh, sorry, I didn't show you the video. I forgot. I can see the video, but you can't. I'll just show you again. Yeah. This is just too much tension inside of your fingers. And this is why I'm saying, like, we have to go like 10 steps back. I know I said 1 step and then 5 steps, but like, let's say 10 steps. 10 steps back, go very, very slowly, and try to fix these kind of things. Like, you are wasting so much energy here. Also, when you're not playing, you're wasting energy because, like, I can see how your hand is completely under tension there. You see that? You see that? Relax. Relax. Yeah, also the last note, it didn't deserve that. Aha, finally there is something prepared. Yeah, that's not a good fingering here. We can come up with a better fingering for you. The thing is that I saw a little bit of 5-4-3 things kind of fingerings here. That's never a good choice. Like 5-4-3, this combination is like the weakest that you can choose, and we definitely have other options here. So again, like go 20 steps back and just check on your fingerings, and you will definitely find something that's easier for you to control. And then you can slowly but surely speed up. But before that, don't even dare to touch the speed that you just played. It's too fast. I'm sorry. Nice. Okay. But hey, you are still doing a great job. I don't want to demotivate anyone here. This is, of course, there are still so many things that you have to work on to make like clean, and also the technical aspects and so on and so on. But still, you first have to play it. You know, this part is extremely difficult, and it's even difficult for professionals. So he rage quitted. Yeah, it looked a little bit like that. Opus 52 is asking, what are good professors in Germany right now? I heard Nobelsin is very good. Any others you know or heard about? Actually, you know, when I started studying, there were so many people like, oh, you have to go to that person, you have to go to that person, and he's so famous, and that one is so great, and so on and so on. And honestly, forget about all that stuff. You should definitely, like, if you want to study in Germany, which I can totally recommend because a music university in Germany is like world's best. Of course, there are a few other universities around the world where you can be at a similar level, but you can also be sure that if you want to study music, Germany is the hot spot, basically. And basically what I would recommend is to write to different professors. Maybe if you've heard of someone that has a good reputation, you can write to him and ask him if he would like to have a test lesson with you, and I would do this with any other professor as well. First, get a test lesson where you can try to figure out if you guys are matching personally, because you know, studying music is extremely intense. Like, it's not like you're sitting in a huge hall with like hundreds of other people that are just listening to a professor talking about music. It's you and the professor, you two in one room, and you are working very intense on your playing. You have to be able to take his criticism, his feedback, and you should not feel scared of that person, like him or her. It doesn't really matter. There are also female professors, even though there are not so many actually. But anyways, and the professor is much more, in my opinion, than just your professor. He's your mentor. He is someone that's going to guide you for the next years into, your professional work. So it should really be a person that you trust and not just go there because of his reputation. Honestly, when I started studying, I also played for someone. I'm not going to say any names now, but I also went to a very renowned university and to a very renowned professor and played for him. And I came out of the lesson and I was like, no, I can't. This is not going to be the right one for me. Like, I don't think that he thought the same. I think he thought, no, I think he thought the same about me. We were just not compatible. So it just didn't match between us. And then with another professor that was actually before I played for that guy, I played for another one. And, we were planning with the 45 minutes lesson, and it turned out to be like 2 hours plus, and we totally forgot about the time. I came out with my head was close to explosion, but it was filled with so much good stuff, and I was like, oh my God, I want to play piano. And that was the feeling that made me sure, okay, this is the right thing for me. And when I then played for that other person, because I didn't want to only have one other, one person that I play for. I wanted to have another one as well. And well, that guy had a much more renowned reputation, but it just didn't match with me. So I decided to not go with him and go with one that was actually not so nameful, or whatever you would say in English, I don't know. He's just not that famous, let's say, but he is a great teacher. I can totally recommend for everyone that is searching for a good teacher. Now, again, just because it worked for me and I like the way he taught me personally doesn't mean that it works for everyone. It's like having the right teacher for you it's such a delicate thing. And I think so many piano teachers out there are doing a horrible job. Because there are so many people that I hear that tell me, oh yeah, I used to play piano too, but my piano teacher, she was a bitch. So I'm sorry, but no, that means sure, you as a student, you also have to bring your work. And my professor always told me, 80% of the work is done by the student, 20% is done by the professor. So sure, it's also your own fault. But still, I think there are so many piano teachers out there who claim to be piano teachers. I'm not talking about professors now. I'm just talking about piano teachers, like simple piano teachers, that claim to be piano teachers, but they don't know shit about playing piano. So leave your fingers away from that. Anyways. By the way, actually, I have created together with Red Bull the Keys Academy for My Groove, an app. And to be honest, when they reached out for me, I didn't even react to their messages because I was like, oh my God, another piano app. Are you serious? No, thank you. Because everything that I saw so far was okay, you're just learning to play the right notes, basically. So they are showing you which note to play on the keys, but you're not really learning how to play piano. There's so much more into playing piano, and that's where the real fun starts, with actually getting into the movement, with breathing together with the music, really learning how to make music and not just, play the right notes. And finally, after they managed to get my attention, I figured out that they would give me full creative freedom about that whole academy. So it's really my personal academy that I brought out with them, where I'm going to teach you basic, intermediate, pro stuff. Like on these three levels, you can start as a complete beginner that never touched the keys before, but you can also start with as someone who has already learned a little bit something and wants to get more knowledge about different techniques or wants to learn the full Moonlight Sonata with me and stuff like that. So we are actually going through the full Moonlight Sonata. Unfortunately, this is not yet available in English and in other countries, except of Germany and Austria and Switzerland. So it's only in the original German version available right now. But you can get 20% off by using my code, which I don't know. But I think it's in the link in the description box somewhere as well. But yeah, soon, very soon, it's going to be also available in English. And then I'm going to definitely let you know, guys. Okay, now, are we going to listen to the next one now? Yes, we are. Maybe I need something to drink, actually. I ran out of water, so I'll go very quick and grab something to drink, and meanwhile you can entertain him. Oh, that's a little bit too down here. Here you can see him. Hello? Yeah. Talk to the teddy bear. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. What did the teddy bear tell you? Did he actually tell you any secrets? I knew he's a little dirty bastard. Oh, another raid. Great. What, you didn't talk to him? He could have told you so much, actually. All right, guys. To everyone that just joined on YouTube, please check out my stream on Twitch, because I'm actually planning to get all my streams on Twitch in the future and keep the long form videos on YouTube. So go and check out my stream on Twitch. Beethoven, what advice can you give us? Tell them. Learn your scores correctly and read what's written in between the scores. In between the notes, and don't take too much pedal, and listen to what Anik says. All right. Mac Cheese is the next one. Hi Anik, here's my submission. I've been completely self-taught and have a few videos that I could have chosen, but this one reflects my playing with harder pieces. I didn't spend much time on the best fingering for passages, but I'd like some tips on what I can immediately start working on. Also, are there any plans to upload the past live streams on Twitch to a YouTube channel, since I'm usually too busy to watch live? Yes, there are plans, but I was also too busy lately to edit the live streams and put them on YouTube, so I'm very sorry for that. But that's actually the plan to put the live streams, like re-edit them a little bit so they're a little bit shorter and just get out like the best parts and put them on YouTube as well. Especially with the challenges and with the Masterpiece Mondays, but I think I can also do this with like Subscriber Sunday. Oh, actually, by the way, did you guys already see the dragon in my piano? Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it cool? It's a little bit like a tattoo that's a little bit hidden because it's inside the piano, so you cannot see it if I put it down. Also, I've put an extra light there so it's more visible, but if I turn off the light, you barely see it actually. So it's really like a little secret tattoo on my piano. Okay. Now, we are going to watch his video. Sorry, I'm losing concentration. Let's go. Oh, that's so cute, yeah. That's a funny thing here. So he's playing or she's playing an arrangement by Animens. And I guess a lot of guys, let me know, you know Animens, I guess. A lot of people know Animens. And the funny thing is, I know him personally, actually. We know each other. We had the same piano teacher for quite a while together in Stuttgart. So, you know, back then we were both in this kind of like talented class of like children and young people in Stuttgart. And every Friday, our teacher, he would organize like a mini concert just for us, basically, like an internal concert where all his students would have to perform in front of each other. So it was not open to the public. And yeah, I remember we had some good time there. It was actually a lot of fun. I don't know if he would still remember me though, but I still remember him. Yeah, so that's like my story to Animens. I always thought he's like extremely talented. He was like, I remember one time, so we basically, how can I explain that? To get warm for our lessons or for this little performance, we would get the keys for any kind of other piano rooms, basically. So we can just play and get warm there. And most of the time we would go like two people together in one room and just, you know, have fun there. And one time I went together with him and he told me that he has this skill of just being able to play anything that he hears exactly how he hears it. And I was like, sure. And then he just started to, you know, improvise a little bit, and I was like, oh my god, that's crazy, I can't do that. And then I took out my old Sony Ericsson. You know, back then we didn't have smartphones. I took out that and I was so proud of my ringtone of The Simpsons. Like The Simpsons, and actually, like, this is a full orchestra playing there, and there are like crazy harmonies going on. It's really dissonant. I could never, in my dreams, even try to just sit down and play exactly what I hear. And he just sat there and just played it, and I was like, oh my god, that's so crazy! It's so cool. I would love to be able to do this too. That's a skill that I will never develop, actually. But yeah, I can do other things, therefore. I can play all Chopin treats, therefore. At least something. Anyways. Beethoven needs a friend, Mozart mouse, maybe. Actually, you know what? I was thinking about creating little other friends for him. Let's do this on AI, actually. We'll do this maybe after we hear a couple of other people here. Let's hear Animen's colors. Yeah, so basically, what I also like here is you are preparing your hands on the keyboard before you touch down, which is good. Now, something that you can improve is your wrist, especially on your right hand. I can see that it's staying in the same position. Let's just continue watching. You are doing a little bit of going up, but most of the time it's in a relatively high position or in a neutral position, but never down. Like you never go low with your wrist. Meaning you don't have so much space to actually relax your hand and everything else, like the whole playing thing. So try to implement also a lower wrist. It's going to feel very weird in the beginning, I can promise you, but try to integrate that. And automatically your playing is going to feel so different, but also so much better, like much more control. Yeah, also when you have like this beautiful singing, like yum ba-dum ba-da-dee-da-dee, so you want to phrase that. And if you have like your whole hand and the arm stiff, there is no way to actually phrase it nicely. But you have like single notes, da 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 da, which we don't want to have. But we actually want a soft movement, so it actually sounds like you're singing at the piano. So basically, what I can recommend is sing along with it. That will help you to actually also get an idea of when you have to breathe. And automatically, things are softening up as soon as you use your voice together with it. And then also try to integrate a lower wrist, because automatically this is going to it's going to make such a huge difference. So many people just don't know of that, I feel. Like, most of the time when people come to my masterclasses, and 99% of the time, I'm working with them on integrating their wrist in their playing, or their arm and the shoulder in their playing, because this is something apparently that not so many piano teachers are teaching. And probably they don't even know about this themselves. Maybe they're just doing it without understanding it, or they never heard of it themselves. So I always think like you could avoid so many things if you just integrate this from the start in your lessons. But yeah, then again, I think like most people don't know about this anyways. Annick, yes, for pianist merch and more music teddy bears. Great, let's do this then. let's create some pianist merch. All right, guys. We are going to go on Gemini now, and I want him to create a teddy bear. No, a teddy bear like Mozart merch that is in the form of a mouse. So it's mouse Mozart. Mouse Mozart? Of a cute mouse. I'm so slow in typing. And with piano scores written all over its fur. Let's see what Gemini does. Oh wait, I forgot to actually. Too late. It's too late. Oh, actually that's cute. That's cute, actually. I was not expecting that. But does he has a piercing? He has an earring there. Ooh, he's fancy. I also like that he has like a mini grand piano with Mozart written on top of it. Actually, I want this now. Where can I get this one? Okay, great. Create I want Chopin. Chopin. I want to have a Chopinguin. Chopinguin. I want to have a penguin. Penguin. Is this how you write penguin? Penguin in English? I don't know. Anyways, he'll get it. Create a penguin teddy bear for Chopin. So it's Chopinguin. With piano scores written all over its feathers. Okay, let's try it. Maybe see. Oh no. Oh, he looks a little bit cringe. Chopin didn't wear wigs, actually. Or at least I didn't see any of his pictures wearing wigs. I think this was already out at that time. Now, get rid of that wig. Instead, let him wear a hat. Yeah. Hat? Do you write hat like that? Yeah. Let's do that. Berlioz and Schubert is actually nice. That's a great idea. We'll do that later. Ooh, Chopinguin. He looks kind of cute. Even though he doesn't look like a penguin. A little bit, maybe, because of the black thing. He doesn't really look like a penguin, does he? No, because there should be more black stuff. Yeah, this is not a penguin. Can you make him look more like a penguin? Let's see what he's doing. Too mucho serious. Ah, no! I mean, that's also cute, but this doesn't look like a penguin either. And he lost his hands. He had hands. No, he didn't have hands before. Oh my god, Chopin. Chopin lost his hands. Chopinguin. How is he supposed to play piano like that? Oh my god, okay. Chopinguin is lost. But I actually like that one. This is really cool. I want this. Mozart. 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 How does ChatGPT do? Actually, I canceled my ChatGPT Plus subscription, so I don't know if he's going to create nice things for me still. Maybe he's mad at me now. I switched to the competition. But yeah, mozzarella cheese. Yeah, mozzarella cheese this is also fun. Oh my god, there are actually so many cool ideas for merch. All right, guys, let's have a look at the next one on our list. Lukas Lange. There's no message to it.
Über 600 Euro ausgeben für einen Bürostuhl?
Now I
Ergonomisch
have
sitzen
to
kannst du auch schon ab
listen
200.
to the... What the hell? He just sent me a link to my stream, actually. This is weird. Okay, we're not going to... You won't have so much time, so I thought... Like, no, I'm not going to watch myself. Anyways, next one. Damian Rautenbach, I don't know. Hey, can I send you some merch sample from Dashry? Are you going to have a look at merch samples now? Dashry, what is Dashry? Merch in minutes. Did they just watch what we did? But this is like already so long ago, like 9 days ago, that it's been sent to me. Dashry is your one-stop shop to design and sell merch. Okay, I think we have better merch now. I think we are going to have this kind of merch, which is like, this is dope. Let's be honest, this is dope. I want this. Can someone tell me where I can get this? Maybe I can just ask someone on Alibaba, AliExpress to create this for me. This would be so cool, actually. I want this Mozart. Okay. Now next one. Why the last two emails were shit. Next one. Carla Jimeno. Hello. I sent you my video for the subscriber roast. The name of the piece is Evocation from Isaac Albeniz, a Spanish composer. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing him correctly, but I know the composer. Maybe you don't know but I hope it doesn't matter. There is a part at the climax where I've had some problems. Anyway, it's a problematic part for me, so I guess it's better you see it like that, so you can give me more advices. I learned a lot with your videos, so thank you so much. Okay, let's have a look. I think like all these little ornaments, these and so on, they can be a little bit more seductive, if that makes sense. Just imagine a Spanish dancer. I can't dance. Okay, that's a little bit embarrassing, but you know what I mean. Like this kind of. I don't know how to explain it better. But just have this more feeling of, this kind of seduction, basically. In music, of course. Yeah, it's a little bit too chill, actually. It sounds a little bit too much like background music. It doesn't sound like main character music. Yeah, it needs a little bit more passion, a little bit more drive, I feel. I totally agree with Opus 52. I would actually avoid 99% of rubato. That's definitely a good tip here. Try to stay closer to the actual rhythm that's written. And also try to imagine different sound colors as if you are the orchestra and not just the piano. Just the piano has so many sound colors that you can create. Yeah, it's a little bit too flat, everything. But all in all, I mean, it's a lot of fun to still listen to it. It's just a little bit too flat for my taste. So there can be more spice, there can be more sexiness in the piano, in the music. This is like it's not that, like, you know, little girl next door stuff. It's like this is adult music. If that makes sense. Like, try to think of Spanish dances. They are very sexy, they are very seductive, very passionate. Of course, not in a cheap way. This is not what I mean. This is but how do I explain that? Just watch a video where Spanish dances are happening. Like, then you'll get an idea. And automatically you're going to play completely different. All right, guys, I would say 3 more videos. And then, or maybe, first I want to see our Schubert. Create a teddy bear. Oopsie. Teddy bear for Schubert. Schubert. With scores all over his fur. Let's see. Beethoven needs a pet, perhaps a Vivaldi. Oh, that's cute. Schubert is cute. That's actually really cute. I don't like his mouth though. His mouth looks a little bit weird. Like, that's not completely aligned. But all in all, he's cute. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, you're right. He needs some glasses. Schubert wore glasses, round glasses. Can you add these on this teddy bear? No, I don't have a Discord server yet, but maybe I should. I don't know. What can you do in Discord actually? I barely used it before. Yeah, now it looks like Schubert. But he's wearing the glasses too high. But anyways. It's also cute how the glasses are like running underneath the ears. But of course, like this would look even weirder if it goes up there. Anyways, I'm not going to ask about Rachmaninoff. Rachmaninoff is actually a cool one. Okay. Let me try that one. The teddy bears need a pet. I would like to have a dog. A teddy. As Rachmaninoff, so he turns into Rachmaninoff. Let's see how it's going to turn out. Huh? What is this? This is a complete scam. He turned the piano into Rachmaninoff. No, create a dog teddy as Rachmaninoff with scores written all over its fur. That was a fail. Have you ever heard Levitate by Frank Tedesco? It's an amazing piece. Maybe you could do a 1 minute, 10 minutes, 1 hour challenge. I never heard of it actually. Oh, that one is also cute. Rachmaninoff. Rachmaninoff. That one is also cute. Even though he doesn't look like Rachmaninoff. Like the clothing style was very different then at that time period. But anyways, we'll forget about that. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Try to recreate the environment like in the style of and where it should be situated. Create a dog teddy in the style of Rachmaninoff's time period in Russia. So the clothes he wears should be out of that era as well, and the background can be Moscow or something like that, or St. Petersburg. St. Petersburg. Huh? Great. Let's see how it's going to turn out this time. Cornelius Ekenta is asking, what do you think about the Chopin competition? Ooh, hello. But he still wears the same clothes. Guys. He's still wearing the same clothes. But the background is nice. Okay, anyways, enough of AI today. Someone was asking what I think about the Chopin competition. Now, long story short, I'm not a big fan of competitions. I honestly think that if composers saw what we do today with their music in competitions, I think they would be pretty mad at us, to be honest. I think competitions ruined a lot in classical music in terms of making things extremely academical and not not supporting the freedom of art. Let's put it into these words. And yeah, I have my opinion about Chopin competition and other competitions. And there might be people who say that I'm just not brave enough or not good enough to take place in these competitions or not. I don't really care, actually. I don't want to take parts. I don't want to take part in these competitions. I don't want to support these kind of competitions because I feel like it's doing more harm than good to music. And I think that, if you really want to figure out who's the best Chopin interpret, even though I would claim that there is nothing like the best Chopin interpret, because what the hell? Plus every 5 years you're choosing a new one. Anyways, and you are putting an age limit on these competitions, as if you are not able to play Chopin anymore after you're 30. What is this message there? You have to take place in this competition before the age of 30. And by doing so, you are mainly targeting young people that are maybe not so experienced with that kind of music yet and with life in general, and you're asking them to create the best interpretation of Chopin, which in my opinion, of course there are a lot of great pianists out there, and I don't want to talk bad about their performances, not at all. They are all great. But still, I feel like it's a little bit weird to say that, if you're older than 30, you're not allowed to take place in the competition, and simultaneously, we want to find the best Chopin interpreter. This is not doesn't make sense to me. And I'm not going to start talking about all the political stuff that's going on behind the scenes, which nobody knows, that is outside of this whole industry, apparently. Yes, people do know each other in this whole network, and they know the teacher of that and that person and the jury member of that and that competition, and you just sometimes have to look into the list of the candidates and the list of the jury, and then you just have to do a little bit of math and you know exactly who's going to win. But yeah, I'm not going to take place in this anymore. I think my last competition I ever played was in 2016, and I don't miss it, honestly. I really don't miss it. And also, I feel like, we have a real competition, a competition that takes place in real life, and we are competing for the attention of the audience. We are competing for, the places in the concert halls, basically, and getting as many people listening to our music as possible. And this is the real competition, and this is how it should be. Chopin never took place in these kind of artificial competitions. Liszt never did, Mozart never did, Beethoven never did. All the big composers never did. And first of all, they didn't exist in that time. This is something that many people don't know as well. These kind of competitions, they only exist for a little bit more than 100 years now, maybe. And this is something that we've created artificially. This is not how it's supposed to be. And this is not how you create art. And I feel like this is part of the reason why art feels so wrong today. It's not art anymore in many cases. Also, not just in music, but in many other things as well. It was never about competition in that sense, not in this artificial sense. Of course, we are competing against each other, but also, if you look into the time of Chopin, they all knew the other composers. They all knew other artists, not just composers or musicians. They knew artists, poets, and so on. They combined all the different fields of art. And look at us now. I feel like we are so divided and so specialized in our thing and just thinking in such a small space That is actually annoying. And I don't think that they wanted us to do these things back then. Anyways. Fritz Lam is asking, there were actual piano duels back then, kind of the same, no? Not really. It's not the same as today. Back then, you would have already have a name. And then, you know, for example, Mozart against Salieri or something like that. Both of them were already famous. They just wanted to have a little, you know, fun battle, basically. And but it wouldn't have had any damage on their reputation. It wouldn't have had any benefit for any of them to win anything like that. It was just for fun and entertainment. Today, the competitions are really, if you don't take place in a competition, you will never have the chance to enter this industry and whatsoever. Like, no, it's not like that. It's about you making great music and bringing this to the audience, and not bringing this to 5 people in the jury who are going to decide what's going to happen with your life. Like, no, it's not. And I can only encourage everyone that is, dreaming of pursuing that kind of career. Of course, you can take place in competitions. I'm not going to tell you to not take place in this. There are some advantages. For example, it's a huge motivation to practice a lot, and to actually, like, the way of going to the competition, like that whole preparation time, that's really something that I can appreciate. But honestly, I have the same kind of preparation and motivation if I prepare for a big concert. And the difference is that when I play for a concert, I'm not trying to lick the ass of like 5 people in the jury. I'm trying to create music and get the emotion, the right mood, the right atmosphere for the audience. So the audience goes out of the concert and is hopefully liking what I just did. I don't care. Like, it's not that I don't care, but it's not that important if I hit all the right notes, as long as I hit the notes right. That's what I try to communicate all the time. You can play all the pieces perfectly without one wrong note, and still it didn't feel right. And this is what happens today, I feel, a lot in these kind of competitions. That's so dead. And I feel like a lot of people don't actually understand what they are doing there. And they are practicing like little mouses and try to fit in this industry that is artificially created, but it's not what music is about. My God, that was deep. Okay. Anyways, I think it's not wrong to take place in competitions, but after all, you should always be aware of who is going to be the winner. It's the same as going to the casino. The house always wins. So the competition industry, this always wins, because every year or every 5 years, depending on how often the competition recurs, they are going to have all the attention. And not you. They are very good in dropping their winners, honestly. Like, what do you win? You win the attention for maybe, like, let's say a couple of months. And nowadays, like, our time is so quickly changing that one day you're in, next day you're out, and people forget about you. And if you don't stick to it, and if you don't make something out of this platform that you get out of the competition, they will just drop you as well. So I did watch July in April, and I actually enjoyed it a lot, but simultaneously, that's exactly like the whole romanticizing of competitions that I don't support, honestly. Yeah. Anyways, guys, this was so much fun. And I would say we are going to continue in our next subscriber Sunday, next Sunday. But until then, we have 2 more live streams. One is going to be already tomorrow evening. We have Masterpiece Monday tomorrow. And as someone of you already asked for it, we are going to do the Pathetique Sonata by Beethoven. I'm going to talk about a couple of, technical things, how to practice, different technical challenges in the beginning, like in the exposition of the first movement. And on Wednesday, we are going to have our challenge. Or actually, not this Wednesday, because this Wednesday is going to be Christmas Eve. So I'm not going to stream on Christmas Eve, but on the 25th then. So it's not going to be on the 24th, but on the 25th. I'm going to stream there. Or on the 26th. We'll see about that. So either Thursday or Friday this week, I'll do another challenge. And maybe we'll do a Christmas challenge. Let's do a Christmas challenge. Let me know in the comments what you would like to see as a Christmas challenge, actually. It could be cool. Anyways, you guys, it was so cool to have you today in the chat and to have you together in the live stream today and watch through all these different videos. By the way, if you want, you can also send me like a video with like a documentary on YouTube or anything that we should watch together. If you're interested in that, or I don't know, maybe I should open a Reddit page or something where you can send me stuff and we'll just go through that. I think that could be fun as well. Anyways, Florian is asking, can you please do some more animens as a 1 minute, 10 minutes, 1 hour challenge? Yeah, sure. Why not? Maybe we'll do that as well. Great, guys. List transcription Ave Maria. That sounds like a nice thing. Great. Okay, I'll have a look into it. By the way, you can vote for it on Instagram. You can just follow me on Instagram at Annick Göttler. Annick, I should put it somewhere here in the screen as well. So you can follow me on Instagram and check out, and then I'll post it in a story in the next days and ask you what I should play for the upcoming challenge. And that's going to be live again. So guys, thank you very much for joining today. Have a great evening or a great day. It depends on where you live. And we'll see us tomorrow.